It is time for yet another spectacular stream with your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek. Let's go. Hello, hello, humans. Good to see you all once again. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, back with yet another spectacular stream. And whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the VOD, whether you are chatting or lurking, you are all welcome here, and I hope that this stream will bring a little more color to your day. Welcome, welcome everyone to the show. How are you all doing today? It is Friday, September 29 at 2023. That time check was brought to you by yours truly. And it is 11:13 a.m. It is already 2 minutes past 11:11, so, well, it's not too late, so go ahead and make a wish, everybody. Hello, everyone, to the show. Good to have you here. Let me go ahead and welcome to our early birds for today. We do have Josh and Flo and Yuki and Jesse. Thanks again for stopping by, and apology and thank you for your patience as well, because unfortunately we were late because of some errands and stuff, but I thank you very much for taking the time to wait for me, and I really hope that everything is gonna be a-okay. With that being said, how is everybody doing today? We're not gonna be playing like any serious games or anything like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and just answer maybe like some Tellonym questions. Take it easy because, you know, I'm trying not to I'm just trying to take it easy for today because tomorrow is the really big event. That's when we're going to be doing our our crab game collab and my 6-hour marathon stream. So holy cow, we're gonna go ahead and try to make our best out of it. Okay, so let's see. Yuki says, I'm streaming Farlight. Oh yeah, that game. Farlight and Power Bomberman recently. And Flo says, it's a slow morning, but I am hungry. Trying to warm up for tomorrow, Serjay? Well, not really warm up, because today's stream is just going to be chatting. I don't want to do anything really big right now, especially since we were busy earlier, but you know, tomorrow, whatever happens, happens. So let's just hope that my voice will be okay, because I'll tell you, a couple of days ago, I had a sore throat, and I think it's okay now. I just hope that my other problem, which is my hand, is gonna be okay, because like for the past few days, my left hand has been acting up. It's sort of sore. I don't know why. And it seems to be getting a little more sore, especially if it's like very cold. Becomes a bit stiff when opening. I know I've already had issues with my left hand before, because I remember when I was using a different keyboard before, I was like bending it at the wrist wrong, and because of that, that caused so much pain for like a few days. And I just hope that it's only that it's just, you know, because I was bending my hand wrong and nothing too serious. I hope it's okay. But again, we will see, because I want to, you know, let people know that, or rather, I'm trying not to what I used to call spinning the wheel. And what I mean by spinning the wheel is that, you know, we'll get to that in a bit, okay? It's a bit heavy to start, but we'll go ahead and get back to that. But anyway, let's take a look at Jesse's comment. Jesse says, took a little nap, sleepy in the morning. Kind of sleepy in the morning that I woke up just now. I see. Okay, well, good to have you here, and hopefully you'll be right and ready for today. And also, I just want to let everyone know that actually Jesse did just finish making a pixel art work for me the other day. So if you haven't checked out my Twitter page, go ahead and check it out. And you can also check my Discord server as well for any art that I'm gonna be doing, any posts and stuff that happen offline, because, you know, hopefully we can be able to hang out, especially in the Discord server, where we just talk about whatever, bad jokes, food, whatever, anything like that. So just like that. Also, I just want to ask, how is the sound quality? Because right now I am using my electric fan right now, and I want to know if it sounds windy. Because I want to avoid using my air conditioner if I can. I used to have problems with streaming with the electric fan on because it's on the wall, and you know, it sounded like a. They kept saying parang may bagyo, and other than that, like that, medyo. But otherwise, it's fine. I see. Okay. Yeah, because the electric fan is very strong, even at number 1, and somehow I think it's appropriate that it has to be that strong, even if it's number 1, because it's really hot right now, and not just hot, humid. And whenever that happens, it just gets really, really awful. That's just so bad, and I wish that we didn't have to deal with that. Unfortunately, but unfortunately the weather decides for us. We don't really have much of a choice in the matter, so we'll just have to deal with that, and hopefully it'll be okay. It really feels as though you're in a sauna when that happens, so that's just how bad it's going to be. So, I completely forgot what I was supposed to say. But anyway, yeah, we're just taking it easy for today. I don't want anything really big happening, so we'll just take it slow. And again, if you are not familiar with what's happening, tomorrow is going to be my birthday countdown stream starting at 6 p.m. Philippine time, 6 hours. That's GMT plus 8, and it'll be done here on Twitch. I will be broadcasting a crab game collab, and I will be doing birthday wish reading and a bunch of other things. So hopefully you'll be able to join, you'll be able to become a part of that as well. Wait lang, just fixing something. Okay, so that's it for the intro. Let's go ahead and get back to our original objective, which is to read some Tellonym questions. So if you're not familiar with Tellonym, Tellonym is one of those sites where you get to ask anonymous questions and stuff like that. So if you want to go ahead and ask me any questions, send me advice or ask for advice, or maybe like what's this, feedback, messages, greetings, whatever, go ahead and give it a try, and send me some of those questions over there in the future, and I'll probably read them on a future stream. Who knows? But I'm just gonna give you that option so that at least you know in the future that you can actually use that. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and start going through some questions, and maybe just chat a little more as we go along. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, let's see. Alright, so this is what Tellonym looks like. It's just a very simple thing, and you've got a bunch of questions here that you can send anonymously. And yeah, if ever you have anything you'd like to share, feel free to do so. Hi Reeker, good morning to you. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? What's up? Let me just give you a shout out. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our first question. So again, these are anonymous questions. I don't know who sent that. So we'll just, talk about the answers, and then we'll just give like a summary at the end. All right, so our first question of the day is, how did you like being in a plane for the first time? And where did you fly to? Oh yeah, Opera is still broken, yeah. If you try to watch Twitch via Opera, especially if you log out, you won't be able to get access back in. That's just horrible right there. But yeah, hopefully it gets fixed, especially since Opera is really, really handy when it comes to things like this. So hopefully it's not gonna be an issue anymore. I really hope it won't be an issue for me, because I'm gonna be using Opera for most of this tomorrow. My God. All right, so let's see what happened. Okay, let's talk about this one then. So, how did you like being in the plane for the first time? Okay, I'll say this, all right? So, I hated flying. Felt like a roller coaster. If there's one thing that I hate, until now, I could never get used to flying in a plane, no matter my age. It's always terrifying for me to be able to fly, It always feels like a roller coaster, and that's probably also why I hate roller coasters, because you can never tell, or rather, it just feels like that dizziness in my head. I can never get too used to that. It's just awful, And when we get to the turbulence especially, there's nothing more terrifying than that for me. When you get to, and especially when you're about to land, because usually when you're about to land, that's when the turbulence is strongest, because you're going down already, and then you go through the clouds. And the last time I flew in an airplane, there's nothing worse than going through clouds that are gray, because that means it's raining, and it's already shaky when you go through clouds normally because of the moisture and everything. But then when you have dark gray rain clouds, oh boy, it feels even worse. Not to mention the fact that when you go through the clouds, especially if you're at the window seat, you cannot see anything outside. There's nothing but gray or white void. Just that. And, well, that's scary. And especially since for me, for some reason, I always keep ending up in, I always keep ending up at the window seat, and it's just really, really scary every single time. Always. My gosh. And I really hope that I never run into that. Reeker says, as a War Thunder pilot, this is true. But yeah, I just don't like flying. No matter my age, I will always be terrified of flying, no matter what. And where did I fly you? I won't. I flew to where my other where my relatives were. Secret. Felt like a roller coaster during turbulence. Turbulence is the enemy. I hate that part every single time. Alright, so that's the end of that question. Let's move on to another one. So what did you do today, Serjay? I went to work. Yeah, nothing really fancy. It's just I went to work. Just finished my shift. Had to do some errands. Stream. We are live now. But yeah, work is fine. It's a usual weekday. Yes, Jesse, it is. It's a usual weekday. Work is fine. We haven't run into any big issues right now. We're still okay. Hi, Myliz. Good to have you here. Yes, I am still up. I am still standing. Good to have you here. I wanna be the last one standing. Serena will be on time, don't worry. Oh, that's very good. That's very good, Myliz. Yes. And for those who don't know, Myliz and I are working on another character in the Serjay Svek lore, and that is Serena. And no, she is not a gender bend of Serjay, even though she is female. She's like a distinct character in her own lore, in the lore. So just so you know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the final result, Myliz, so that we can also debut Serena in the proper venue. But anyway, yeah, it's just a usual weekday. Went to work. It's just another day, and I have to go to work tonight, so... Well, just one more night. One more night, everyone, and then we'll be able to take care of this. Reeker says, yes. Oh, so Serjay and Serena exist at the same time. Yes, they can. Yuki says, is it gonna voice with a different person he gonna look forward to? No. I cannot do feminine voices at all. So, just, you know, whenever Serena debuts, it's just gonna be me using my usual voice like this. Alright? Just pretend that, you know, that Serena doesn't want to talk. So she just hires Serjay to do the talking for her. In the same way that whenever I do my hand cam streams, I always call the hand actor paid actor, because he's not Serjay. He's not the real Serjay. Oh yeah, it's a good twist, I think. You know, it's a good twist. Wait first. Alright, so let's move on to the next question, which is, what have you never been good at? And you know, I should be asking you all these questions too, so you can answer along with me. And that is, what have you never been good at? Well, for me, I have never been good at playing any instruments at all. And you know, that is very difficult, especially if you live in the Philippines, because everybody plays the guitar, for example. And there's nothing more, you know, nothing weirder than not being able to play the guitar, because everybody knows how to play the guitar. Or the piano. But then again, that usually happens if you're from a richer family, but pretty much everybody knows how to play the guitar, at least among my friends. Miles is one of them. He's pretty good at playing the guitar. I remember in college, I studied how to play the guitar for a little bit. I didn't really keep practicing, so I kind of forgot how to do that, actually. So, yeah. But anyway, that's where we are. What about for you? What have you never been good at? And when it comes to instruments, at least, if there's one thing that I tried to learn how to do, that is the kazoo. The kazoo, at least in comparison, is a lot easier. It just so happens that you need to choose more. Sorry. Because it's just simply you have to hum into the kazoo, you know? You do not blow into the kazoo. That's what some people are confused about. You do not blow into the kazoo. You hum into the zoo. Into the kazoo. Like that. And that's how you get the sound. So it kind of takes some getting used to, because you're probably not that familiar with the kazoo method, but it really does work like that. So yeah. Milas says everyone was practicing it back then. Yeah, everybody used to play the guitar. We used to practice back then a lot. Everybody knew, and we were trying to do that, but yeah. I wasn't really good at that. I was way too busy working on my singing. That's what I prefer to do more. I like to sing. Yuki says Yuki has never been good at drawing, so someone would commission my OC. I see. Okay. Hi Ren, good to have you here. Welcome to the stream. How have you been doing today? Welcome. You're at work. Glad that happy to be here. Well, I'm happy that you're here too. Yuki says, this is why I use some doll maker thingy like Walfas. Oh, temporarily. Gotcha. Yeah, well, hopefully you'll be able to get the art that you're looking for, Yuki, and get it into something that you really want. And Reeker says, that one cursed VTuber with a kazoo. The only one that I know is Mori Calliope. She uses a kazoo. So I don't know anyone else who has a kazoo, unless it's like, I don't know, Omaru Polka or something like that. So, or anyone else. But anyway, the kazoo kid. It's a very popular party instrument because it's very easy for kids to learn, but it's very noisy. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue with the next part. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, let me just taking a deep breath. Is there something that you never want to use again, and what is the reason? I have no idea what this question is, actually. Is there something that you never want to use again, and what is the reason? I never want to use my tiny keyboards because they were so small I had to bend my wrist in a weird way, and that caused my wrist pain. There. So Ren, just so you're here also, yeah, this is my issue right now. Back then when I was working on a much smaller table, I had to deal with, you know, limited space. And because of that, I could not use like one of those full-size office keyboards. And well, in that case, I had to deal with, you know, and especially since I'm a big guy, I'm a big guy, so what happens is that, you know, if you have like a tiny keyboard between you, you have to like bend your wrists in a weird way. And it looks like, and it felt like ever since that time, I had like that point when I bent my left wrist in a weird way and then caused excruciating pain for like a week, a few days to a week. And ever since then, it felt like my left wrist was always a lot more sensitive. And now, which I mentioned earlier at the start of the stream, I could feel that pain returning again to my wrist, but it's more on my fingers now. And I don't know, it's not like I can't bend my fingers, it's not like I can't move my fingers, it's just it just goes through my arm. I can bend my wrist, it doesn't really hurt. And it's just, I guess especially when it's very cold, it feels like my joints in my left hand especially stiffen. I don't know if that's a sign of something very serious. I hope it's not. But yeah, I've never felt that ever since the day when I had my very tiny keyboard, when I changed my typing position. And that's why I had to get like a bigger keyboard to compensate. And now it feels a little bit better, but I need to still be careful with how I bend my wrist, because if I don't, especially with my left, it starts to hurt again. And wrist pain is just awful, my gosh. Hi Cool Beans, welcome to the stream, glad to have you here. Good to have you here, and yeah, go ahead and check out my mod Cool Beans as well. He also has a very lovely voice. It's really nice to hear. Let's see. Yuki says, honestly, it's Windows, not literally. So that's what you never want to use again. Okay. The operating system, especially Windows 11 or 12. So this is why I use Linux on any machine with exception of Windows PC, because some games don't work on Linux for some anti-cheat reason. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so Linux has... Alright, so anyway, sorry about all the interruptions, but yes, I see. Yeah, Linux has its advantages, and Windows also has its advantages over like Mac, and Mac has its advantages in its own way, but yeah, I could never really get into Linux, At one point, I broke my laptop, and then the really cheapest version of a laptop that I could get was one that ran on Linux Ubuntu OS. And it was a very different experience compared to Windows. And it wasn't even a laptop, it was one of those netbooks. So the really tiny laptops that had like 10-inch screens. That was actually fun for its time. I actually enjoyed having a tiny laptop, especially since we were allowed to bring laptops in college to take notes. It certainly felt easier to carry in my backpack compared to like a 16-inch laptop. Although the games were not really that good, but at least, you know, if I wanted to take notes, it was a lot easier to do. I just wish that they still release netbooks like those, you know, 10-inch netbooks. So at least if you want to like use a laptop and playing games is not like a priority, then at least you have something that's better than, let's say, using your cell phone or using a tablet or an iPad, something like that. Netbooks are great for its purposes. So long as you're not trying to force it, it should be fine. But yeah, going back to my issue, I really don't like the wrist pain caused by my tiny keyboards, as useful as they were. And because of that, and now I'm experiencing a similar wrist pain and finger pain right now, and some joint stiffness. Again, I really hope it's nothing serious, because, you know, some streamers, especially artists, they're also experiencing issues with their wrists and their hands, since we all stay in front of a keyboard all the time. So don't forget to check your posture, everyone, and make sure that you stretch and exercise your fingers as well. Okay, so let's continue with our next question. Cool Bean says, "Oh, stop it. Oh, no. I'm gonna keep going because, yeah, it's really good. The voice of Cool Beans is really nice, too. I recommend it." Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Do you usually eat breakfast in the morning? Obviously, yes. Sometimes 2 breakfasts. You know, the problem... What about for you? Okay, please tell me, everyone. Do you eat breakfast? Please. It's the most important meal of the day. You need to eat your breakfast. My gosh. The only problem when you work at, you know, in my shift, night shift, is that sometimes it gets a bit confusing what exactly is considered breakfast or dinner or lunch anymore. So sometimes I start my day, my breakfast, technically, my first meal of the day is like leftover food from dinner time. And my dinner, my last meal of the day, is breakfast food. Oh yeah, Cool Beans, we're already caught up on the shoutouts, so we're all good over here. Thank you. Flo says, "I just ate." Good, that's good. Make sure you do. Alright, and let's see. Jesse says, "Sometimes, but sometimes I skip and went to brunch." I see. Yeah, it usually depends on what time you wake up to. and what you consider to be breakfast or lunch, so brunch is also acceptable. Yuki says, it depends, but usually yes. I smell some sisig in the middle of early morning. It's very early in the morning and they're already cooking sisig? Dang. Next thing you know, they're gonna be having beer and stuff. Oh my gosh. Cool Bean says, oh, sorry, I'm right. Yeah, right, night shifts are for bodily functions. Yeah, they're a nightmare for bodily functions, that is true. Sorry. Okay, so let's continue from where we dropped off, excuse me. Beans, I take those. I thought you were talking about Flo, that you were talking about taking beans, like a can of pork and beans. My goodness, Hunt's pork and beans is definitely something, bro. My gosh. Okay, so breakfast, please make sure you eat, or just eat something in the beginning. Sorry if I said bro, I meant Flo. My apologies. Okay, this is an interesting question. Alright, for those of us who were busted and heartbroken. Question, let me know in the chat. Do you wish to have your old relationship back and why? My answer, no. I think of... What was this? I think of my life now, and I am okay with... How do I rephrase it? Okay. No, I don't want to have it back. Okay, I don't want to have my relationship back. I am okay with how it was, but I do not want it back. Also, she is married now. Married with kids. So that would be, you know, that would be considered very bad. That would be illegal. And I probably would not want to do that. My gosh. But yeah, I mean, I only had like one labeled girlfriend, and I dated a few other women at the time. But, well, you know, it just didn't work out. It didn't really work out for reasons. But I'm happy that she was finally able to find someone. And also raise a family, because she did for a while. For a time, she was really worried if she would ever have a family, but she's okay now. So I'm happy for her. And yeah, you know, sometimes these things just don't work out, I guess. You know, when it comes to what you are looking for in a relationship. Do you want to raise a family? The partner may not want to live with a family. Those sorts of things. There are many things that you have to go for. But yeah, it did hurt for a time. And for a long time, I wondered if I ever wanted to go back with her, because she was my first girlfriend. But, you know, it ended, and I don't know if, even if I did go back, it's not gonna be the same. You know, these things just aren't really easy to think about. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I just lack experience. So, well, you know, if anybody is no, I'll stop there. I'll stop there. Okay. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at the chat over here. This question has gotten quite a few comments, I see. Why is Tellonym chat so lovelorn? Lovesick. I mean, yeah, okay. Cool Bean says, no thanks. I don't want to get back into my relationship. Cheating from a 10-year relationship is just unforgivable. Goodness gracious, it lasted that long, but there was still cheating involved? I guess you really can't change how some people are. You know, I guess it's just a matter of time. You know, like, you know what they say, you know, you can't fix people, or you can't change them. Sometimes they have to do it, but sometimes even then it's unlikely they ever will. So just look for someone that appreciates you for who you are. Why is it that single people are the ones that give good love advice? Oh my gosh. Besides, I have Serjay now. Oh no, I mean Panma, that was a typo. Okay, Cool Beans, sure. Flo says, my OTP. I meant Beans and Panma are my OTP. Definitely not Beans and Serjay. No. Oh my goodness. Yuki says, this is why I'm single, even though in lore I had a girlfriend. But I had some crush since elementary and high school. I mean, it's understandable to have crushes. But, you know, to finally be able to make that step and get into a quote-unquote real relationship is something on another level. But, yeah. Hopefully, if you are still looking for love, I hope that you will also learn, you know, to accept yourself and to find someone that will accept yourself. But of course, just because that means you find someone to accept yourself doesn't mean that you don't need to improve too. Be better, because, you know, if you're a slob, it's also not gonna look good if you were a slob and you're in a relationship, you know. Try to improve your life, if not for the person you're looking for, but also for yourself, because, you know, you have to make yourself happy and improve. And maybe someone, and that's you know what I'm talking about, the usual advice they give you. Oh hey Panma. Panma says, it's okay, I ship Serjay and Cool Beans. Goodness gracious. Cool Beans, we got permission apparently, but let's move on. Yeah, Tellonym questions are full of romance-related topics. My gosh. Best beer and why? I'm the wrong person to ask, because I don't drink. Panma says, he almost spat out his coffee. Cool Bean says, Jesus Christ, you made me spit my coffee. Oh my goodness. We do a little bamboozle, I guess. But yeah, breathe, Cool Beans, breathe. Oh my gosh, it's getting very interesting here early in the morning. My goodness. Best beer and why? What's your beer? Or San Mig Light, I guess. San Mig Light is because, well, it's light. I don't like drinking alcohol. I can, but I can drink alcohol. I just don't like the taste of alcohol. And I'd rather have a light drink. And lately, when I tried the lemon dough honey lemon, the honey lemon one, at least the alcohol content of honey lemon is pretty small, and it doesn't feel like I'm going to, you know, collapse right after, compared to like the devil lemon or the regular one. Sanmig Apple. Oh yeah, I think I had Sanmig Apple a long time ago. Kirin. I've never tried the Kirin or Sapporo or the, you know, the Japanese beers. So yeah, maybe in the future. And they have cans, so maybe I can give it a try one of these days. I actually tried the I tried that Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola one. Good God, I thought I was going to I just wanted to spit out the drink because it was so strong. I just took one sip and I just threw away the can. My gosh. No, not for me. Thank you. Not for me. No way. Thank you. Cool Bean says best beer for me would be Heineken, Cerveza Negra, or probably Tiger Black, but I only drink on occasions. I love Devil Lemon, but is it counted as beer? I don't really know. I think let's just count alcohol in general. Yuki says, "Oh, Devil Lemon, eh?" Mila says, "Not a beer, but I keep saying this. Tanduay Rum Coke is my fave." I see. Interesting choice, Mila's. Rum Coke is like a D word for me, Yuki says. Oh no. Said if I want to get something stronger on days that I really need it, I will go for cerveza. But usually I want something lighter, so I just stick to yeah. I am averse to any sweet alcohol, but tequila is my fave. Interesting. I'm just averse to any dry alcohol. Like, the worst drinking experience I ever had was Bacardi 151 at a party. And it was so dry, it felt like drinking unfiltered alcohol that I had to go to the other table where they were serving shots of vodka, and then drinking the vodka felt like a relief in comparison. My goodness. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah. We'll just stick with the light stuff. I just don't like how... I'm not sure if it's like in the Philippines, where they also have like a notion of like girly drinks. Like, you know, it's not manly if you get a margarita. It's not manly if you order like one of those colorful drinks. You gotta drink beer like a man. Like that. But I don't know. I don't really care. As long as the drink or the food is good, I'm fine with it. If I liked it. But most of the time I'm not really a fan, so cocktails are usually not on the menu anyway. Alright, so here's the next question. This is an interesting question. If someone says women only care about appearance, what do you think? I care about my appearance. That person should rethink things. I mean, to be fair, everybody is concerned about their appearance to some degree or another. You know, it's just unfortunate that, you know, with societal things, usually for women they are more pressured to have to look presentable. And that is also the reason why, you know, they've got, you know, you've got this whole thing with how VTubing is also a thing for some of them because they don't have to worry about looking presentable. And I think that's a nice thing as well, because at least they don't have to worry about putting on makeup. They don't have to worry about, you know, having to wear this, or when they get creepy comments and stuff just because they don't wear makeup. It's like, oh, look at it. So it's hard for them. They live in a, you know, we live in a society. Yes, indeed. I believe that was Rieker. Eat well, Milas. But yeah, it's very difficult, especially for them. But, you know, they only care about their appearance, excuse me, because of, you know, what has been forced onto them. It's some people, maybe some of them they do, I don't know, I can't really tell, but others probably it's because they don't really have much of a choice. So yeah. And men too, they do, but again, this is not about men, this is about women. What's happening here in the chat? Hold on. Stream elements. Your color today is red. Someone is angry with you. It's Panma. Oh my goodness. Gawa nung tier list. Jesse says, gotta go, Svek. Gotta start the art grind this afternoon. Have fun streaming. Yes, go ahead and check out Jesse's art. Jesse doesn't, as far as I know, Jesse doesn't stream, but you can check out his Instagram page, and you can also check out my Twitter page, because there I posted my most recent pixel art. He's the one that created that pixel art, and it really looks amazing. So go ahead and check out Jesse. Alright, so here. Alright, so this is a question for chat. What part would you play if you were in a band? Well, for me, because I don't know any instruments, I would probably be the vocalist and the kazoo player. Or the triangle player. If they want a triangle player, I can do that. I can do the triangle. Yes. Alright? But then again, just because you think the triangle is simple doesn't mean that there's no technique. My gosh. I only know how to sing because I've been singing all my life. I was not professionally trained. I never had like a vocal coach. But, you know, I did have some training, and Milas and I were in a band as well, a rookie amateur band. And yeah, again, like I mentioned earlier, the only instrument I know, quote unquote, to play is the kazoo. And probably the triangle is easy, who knows? I don't know. Serjay took the words right out of my mouth, Cool Bean said. Cool Beans says, okay, wait lang. Yeah. And yeah, what part would any of you like to play in a band, if ever? I would like to see, you know, the qualifications of the person that has to play the canon. Because I'm not sure if you know 1812, the orchestral song. You know the one that always goes that one. And usually in bigger performances, that's the one where they use giant real-life cannons or fireworks to play. And holy cow, imagine your qualifications there. And imagine the note in the sheet music. It's just like one note. That's it. Okay, it doesn't, and you don't even need to tune anything. Just press button, fire cannon. That's how it is. Flo, ang aga naman ha. I'd like to play the band members. Goodness gracious. I guess that means, Flo, you're just a very good actor. You can pretend to be any of the band members. Kayo ha, Flo. Cool Beans says, I wish I knew how to play drums. Cool Beans, you're in luck. Milas is very good at playing the drums. So, he's good with many instruments. Percussion box, drums, guitar. So, if ever you need advice, he's probably the best one in my community to talk to. Flo also wants to play the drums. Interesting. Wants to go ballistic. Actually, if it were me, if I were to play a drum-like instrument, I don't want to play the regular drums. I'd want to play bongos. Because it seems to be, again, seems to be easier than regular drum sets. And regular drums can be very, very loud for me. So yeah, I would like to try bongo, but you know, my dream instrument would either be saxophone or Scottish bagpipes. That is the dream. Scottish bagpipes. And you can actually buy bagpipes in like in what's this? In Shopee or Lazada. The only question is, how do you learn? And where can I practice? Because I remember a few years ago, there was this kid. Usually when I would go brisk walking in the parking lot near my home, there is a kid who's practicing the flute. So the question though is, how would people act if they saw me on my on my bagpipes? I would like to just, the reason for the bagpipes, I don't know. I just want to play like bagpipe songs. It always sounded like a fun thing for me to listen to, even though it's like really noisy. But I would like to play bagpipes. It's just something fun. Iron. I'm not gonna stay way too long, so it's probably just gonna be like another question or two. I do have a bunch of other things planned, so I am just setting everyone's expectations. Okay, so what is next? What song did you have stuck in your head last? Let's see. What song did I keep listening to lately? Let me check my YouTube history. Oh gosh, I forgot to turn off the flashlight on my cell phone. No wonder it felt so hot. Just like me. Let's see, what have I been playing? I don't like Spotify because sometimes the songs that I want are not there. So good old YouTube is usually a good one. Cool Bean says it's only a matter of time till it becomes all I want for Chris. Yes. Clip. Sure, go ahead. If you want to clip that, that's fine. It's free content. Yes. Oh dang, I've just been watching a lot of meme videos and stuff. What was the song that I kept listening to? Okay, fine. Let's not be ashamed of video game music, because video game music is music, all right? So I was listening to For Whose Sake from Yakuza 1, which is now called Like a Dragon 1. And that is the final boss theme. I think, and it's funny because that actually got its recent resurgence. It got a recent resurgence in popularity because of the memes. I'm not sure if you've seen it on like Twitter and stuff, but that's the one where you can hear lines like, "Bring that, Kazuma!" Or 10 years in the joint made you I'm not gonna finish those lines because the English dub of Yakuza 1, that was like the only English dub of the Yakuza games for the longest time. And for the first one, it's like they were trying to copy GTA. And GTA has a lot of swearing, so I guess they were trying to make it like tough. If you're tough, you gotta swear. So there's so much swearing in there that I don't want to say on stream. But that's where you get the memes like 10 years in the joint. So if you want to go ahead and listen to that, it's a good song despite the memes. So yeah, 10 years in the joint made you a go search it for yourselves, okay? It's a nice one. And if you want like a better version of that, I would recommend For Your Sake, which is a remix of that from Like a Dragon Ishin. But for this one is a lot better for me only because it has Spanish guitar, not Spanish bread. And I don't like Spanish bread. I'm sorry for those who love Spanish bread, okay? I hate Spanish bread. But Spanish guitar is really nice. So give these two a try, and maybe you'll like it too. What's wrong, Flo? Do you like Spanish bread? You love Spanish bread? Oh, I'm sorry, Flo. I guess that's just how it's gonna be. Dear Lord, why are there two questions about dating here? Why are there two questions about dating here? I don't want to answer these questions, okay? Let's go to this question. This is going to be the last one for the day. Who's the one that sent this question? Who's the one that sent this question? Excuse me? I know someone in chat is the one who sent this question. Okay. Because it only happened like 22 minutes ago. Alright. I know. Definitely not Florine Hanan. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yes. Kayo ha. Kayo. Ang aga nyo ha. For me, lights on always. That's the reason why I like to use light mode, okay? All of you who like to use dark mode, it's all just, you do not understand the value of actually using light mode, okay? I have my phone and my laptops always set so that they will go on light mode when I'm working, and then when it's like the end of my shift or when I'm supposed to go to sleep, that's the time it goes into dark mode. I guess I'm just one of those people that have issues seeing things when it's dark mode. Sometimes. Or for most of the day. So, and my work computers at the office, they usually are in light mode anyway, so what's the point of using dark mode on my cell phone when I look at light mode 5 seconds later, it always feels like I'm getting flashbang, diba? So, ayun. Lights on. Always. If you have any other interpretation of this one, that's on you. Okay? Flo says, definitely not Florine Hanan. She's innocent, I swear. Sure. Okay then. I'll take your word for it, Flo. Okay then. Alright, so like I mentioned, we're just gonna take it easy for today. It's just a short stream. So, let's just recap what we have coming up. So, alright. I want to, and thank you to Flo for the clip. I'll go ahead and take a look at that later. But in any case, I just want to mention to everybody that, again, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Philippine time, we're gonna be having my 6-hour birthday countdown marathon stream. So again, just to set everyone's expectations, my birthday is not tomorrow. My birthday is on Sunday, October 1. But we know we're just moving in advance because we want to we just want to get that taken care of. So on the real birthday, at least my schedule will be free. So ayun, that's where we are, and I really hope that everything is gonna go well. I'm really nervous, really. So hopefully we'll be able to go. But ayun. Oh, pasta. Oh, hello, Tomato. Excuse me. Hello, Tomato. Good to have you here. Thank you for. Wow. Okay. Well. I guess we'll just have to extend the stream for like a little bit then. Hello once again, Raiders. Thank you very much for stopping by. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, with another spectacular stream. And whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the VOD, whether you're chatting or lurking, you're all welcome here, and I hope that this stream will bring a little more color to your day. Welcome everyone to the show. Today we are just reading some questions from Tellonym right now, and I was just telling my viewers that we're preparing for my stream tomorrow, my birthday countdown stream. So that is going to be 6 p.m. tomorrow evening at Philippine time on Twitch. So Tomato Pasta says, happy birthday in advance. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it, Tomato. And also, for those who don't know, I do have my Reco card here available. So if the Raiders from Tomato Pasta's stream do know me and they haven't sent me any birthday messages yet, feel free to go ahead and send me any birthday messages that you would like to share, and I will be reading them on stream, just so you know, huh? So please keep them stream safe. Hydrate, posture check, stretch. Oh, Pasta, excuse me. Sorry if I keep saying Pasta. Tomato, thank you very much for the subscription. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Say in an old man voice while hydrating, posturing, and stretching. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drink my water. Make sure you hydrate. Posture check. Make sure you sit properly and stretch. Yeah, that feels good. Okay. Yes, that feels nice. Thank you very much for that. Okay. All right, so yes. Yeah, the last question that we had was lights on or lights off, because someone in the chat decided to you know, someone in my chat decided to be silly and ask me lights on or lights off. I always say lights on, because light mode is better for your eyes compared to dark mode. Please spare your eyes. So me stretching with a sounding like an old man sounds like cool beans? Really? Never escaping the cool beans allegations, my gosh. Alright, so ayun. Okay, so because the Raiders were here, we'll extend maybe until like a few more minutes, if that's okay. Maybe like until 12:30. So apologies if we are not able to stay too long. But for those who in the community, just so you know, I usually do from Tomato's community, I usually do things like chatting streams like this, or I read Tellonym questions that anonymous viewers send to me, or I also play games usually on Nintendo Switch, which is like usually Splatoon, Zelda, Pokemon Unite, and sometimes on Steam I play things like Idol Showdown or Holocure or Crab Game. And on the on tomorrow night's stream at 6 p.m, we're gonna start with Crab Game with my community. So hope to catch you there. It will be my birthday countdown stream until midnight. Diane. Thank you for dropping by, Yuki. Take care. All right, so it looks like we'll have to answer these questions, I guess. What do you think about someone who is shy on a first date? I think it is fine to be shy. It's fine to be shy, I guess. You know, especially if it's someone new. I mean, I'm shy during my first dates whenever I date someone new. So, you know, it's not something that you just have to get used to. But you know what they say? If you want to move on with your life or move forward with your life, sometimes you have to be a little comfortable with what you go through. And once you get past that initial comfort, you'll be a lot more confident in those things. So just believe in yourself and acknowledge that yes, you might make some mistakes, but that's just how you're going to grow and how you're going to learn. All right? So just believe in yourself. You'll be okay. All right. Next question. another one. Just like DJ Khaled. Another one. All right, and then next question. Do you fear dating and why? Is anybody here afraid of dating? Don't be shy. We don't judge here. But Mila says, proceed to do a shy look while index finger tap slips. Suddenly gives an aggressive kiss slurp. What the heck is a kiss slurp? Sorry po, I was just shy. Are you trying to be like is it be like, you know, one of those quirky things? Where it'd be like, whoopsie, I'm shy. I was just being quirky and shy. And what's with all the dating questions? Who knows? I don't know. Sometimes it comes from bots, and you know, those are very popular questions. So, I don't know. Anyway, do I fear dating and why? No. I do not fear dating. I am just busy with other things. But if anyone wants to date, you know what to do. Yes. But yeah, I mean, dating is fine. And even then, it doesn't have to be like a romantic date. Just go out with someone, you know, watch a movie, get dinner, no strings attached. Sometimes that's how it starts, you know? I remember the most recent time that I dated someone, we were just watching movies together. So, ayun. And it was fun. It didn't really go anywhere, but you know, at least we had some fun together. And sometimes that's just all you need, you know? Because a lot of the time when you say date, it's like there's always like some romantic requirement or attachment that has to be included. But it doesn't always have to be, you know? Just go and see some people and you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Cool Bean says, excuse me, Cool Beans, what are you doing? Okay, we're moving on to the next question. Stage fright. Any tips for it? Okay, this one I can do. This one I'm a lot more confident in this one because growing up I had a lot of experience being on stage, whether as an actor or as a public speaker. So it's something that I'm used to. And all I can say is, you know, just like earlier when it comes to dating, you will become uncomfortable. And even now, whenever I have to host events or things like that, it's always gonna be difficult. It's always gonna be difficult to do. But what is not difficult to do is for me to accept that we now have a new fellow human and follower. Hello, Zancapfel_D. Thank you very much for following. Appreciate that very much. Welcome, welcome. Let's just read the chat what they have to say first. Mila says, I need that tip. I freeze instantly when I need to speak something. It's like I feel I'm expected to say something smart or witty, but I can't get the words out. Ah. And Cool Bean says, normally the advice is just imagine everyone naked. I did that, but they made me go down the stage for being inappropriate. What did you do on stage, Cool Beans? Never mind. But in any case, I that's not my advice, okay? My advice is that if you wear glasses, like me, take off your glasses. That way, you don't get to focus on people. Because actually, even then, even if you wear glasses like me, what you realize is that you're on stage, right? There's a lot of eyes on you. But whether you wear glasses or not, you don't really get to focus on one specific person, okay? I think that's also an advantage too, because there's so many people watching you that you, as the speaker, don't have the opportunity to focus on just one person. And because of that, they all just melt into one huge mass of eyes and hair and faces. And because of that, you can just treat it as though they're just one giant entity. And for me, that is a little bit easier. Although in my case, I don't really worry about that because I'm very experienced when it comes to being on stage. So the only thing I'm afraid of is if I might forget my lines. That's the only thing. But speaking or performing in front of people, not really. I'm not afraid of that. Actually, in my case, I actually love being on stage. I love being under the spotlight. I love feeling the energy of the people on stage. I think that's like more of my natural environment, you know? I like it when people look at me. You know, that sounds very wrong when taken out of context. But yes, I like it when I'm under the spotlight and when I get to perform. Actually, what's more terrifying for me is if ever I have to be in one of those quiet one-on-one situations, like job interviews or oral examinations where you have to test your theories against a teacher, for example, or if you have to talk about like very difficult topics with your boss or your partner, your romantic partner, for example. I am terrified of those because, you know, there is no escape. You have to look that person in the eye and you have to be straight with them, straight and true, and tell them what you need to say. On stage, there's no one I can focus on because they're just like one thing, like one gigantic thing, and they don't really... I'm just there to perform. I'm not really expected to deliver a reply. You know, I give my speech, I sing my song, and then I leave the stage. That's it. But if it's like for a job interview or for one of those difficult conversations, I have to reply. I have to think on my feet, and that's what scares me. But if ever you're on stage, just don't worry about it. And well, it's normal to worry about it, but what I always say is that always treat every mistake as part of the performance. Okay? And that's why my advice when I stream also is like, you have to embrace the scuff. So I know I used to get frustrated if my model does not move, like, you know, when I talk and my GIF doesn't move, it's just like this, even if I talk. But now I say, I'm speaking to you telepathically. Or if my model disappears, I just say, oh, I'm testing out my invisibility powers. Just, if you've been in here and you've had enough practice, you'll know how to make bola. You'll know how to improv and make the best out of any bad situation. And the best part about performing is that, you know, the audience usually does not know if it's part of the show or not. So you can just, you know, pretend that you were acting how you're supposed to act, diba? So, you know, take comfort in that. Do your best, and if you make mistakes, try to recover from it and don't make it obvious you're making a mistake. So, don't say things like, oh, no, I'm sorry, that was a mistake. Okay, now the audience knows that you made a mistake. But if you were like fumbling, you were like, oh, just carry on. It's all a matter of confidence. And sometimes that's what, you know, carries you. You know, you just have to be confident, even if you're wrong. But not in like politics or work or school, please. You have to try to be correct too. But when you're performing on stage, just let the confidence and aura carry you forth. Aikagawa, no, we're just answering some Tellonym questions, and that's it. This is my last question of the day, so ayun. If ever you're performing on stage, it's okay to be nervous, but, you know, don't focus on the audience. Just treat them as like one big mass. Don't focus on individual faces and stuff. Like, don't start looking in the audience for like your crush or whomever. Just, you know, deliver what you need to deliver and then leave. That's it. Let's go through the chat here. Mila says, I believe I'm very wordy when typing or in digital, but when speaking it, I don't have the speaking skill. Cool Bean says, yep, that's true. I love public speaking, and once you get in the zone, you start to perform for yourself rather than for the crowd. Yes. When you're really in that point, it's like you're just, you know, doing your speech, singing your song, and everybody else just disappears. So that's when the magic really happens. And that takes a lot of practice, because especially when you get to that point, you know what they say, like practice for the main performance, or like practice like you're in a real match and fight the real match like it was in practice. So give it your all when you practice, so that when the real thing comes, just remind yourself that you practiced it as much as you can, and, you know, let the magic do the work. I believe in you too, Milas. You'll be great. You know, you just need a little more practice, but so far you're doing fine. Milas is very good at improv, at least, especially during the last Splatoon tournament when Ren and I were commentating. He was very good at becoming a heckler, so that's a good start. Milas says, stumbles, trips, and stutters, proceeds to stumble, trip, and stutter as if part of the presentation. Crowd is bewildered. Well, if you're able to sell like broken bones and stuff like that and pretend it's part of the performance, go ahead. But I don't think it's very healthy in the long run. Cool Bean says, that is a pro tip. It only becomes a mistake once you acknowledge it. Yes, that is true. So, to wrap up, don't focus on the audience. Practice like for the real thing, so that during the real thing, you can treat it like practice. If you make a mistake, do not treat it as part of the performance. Or as I would like to say, embrace the scuff. Yes, there we go. And I think this is a good place to end it. Otherwise, I'll be ending up with questions like flirting and stuff like that, and I don't want to talk about that right now. But again, I want to mention that I want to thank everybody for joining me, especially since we were delayed during this short stream. And I hope to see you tomorrow night, because again, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Philippine time, we will be having my 6-hour birthday countdown stream. My birthday is on October 1, but we'll be streaming from 6 p.m. to midnight, and we'll be playing games, doing a whole bunch of other things. So I hope that you will join me in time for my birthday countdown. So that's it for today, and I greatly appreciate you spending time with me, and I hope that this stream brought a little more color to your day. Now, the question is, who do you want me to raid for today? So kindly let me know in the chat. There is a redeem option, so feel free to let me know in the chat who I should be raiding for today. I'm just gonna go check out on the other people too, if there's anyone I would like to raid. Also, apologies for Tomatoes community if I have to, if I had to end stream not too long after you raided as well. But I do hope, at least even in your brief time here, that you were able to enjoy. And if you like what you see and love what you hear, why don't you go ahead and give me a follow, and maybe you can see me when I play other streams. When I play games and stuff. My goodness. Alright, so here's what we're going to do, okay? I will be the one to decide to raid. We're going to raid Shichi, because Shichi is doing a 90s boy band karaoke stream. So let's go ahead and, end your day with some very nice music. And Shichi is an amazing singer. So let's go ahead and share some Serjavian Nation love over to Shichide, the goat goddess. So thank you once again, and hope to see you tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Philippine time. Thanks for making me part of your morning too, everyone. So again, you take care, always stay safe, and keep the world turning. Bye now. Salamat, Svek. Love y'all.